Another aircraft carrier to the Middle East as he ramps up pressure on Iran.
If we don't have a deal, we'll need it. If we have a deal, we could cut it short.
Asked about whether he wants regime change.
Seems like that would be the best thing that could happen. Who would you want to take over? I don't want to talk about that. There are people.
Still, the president looking to keep negotiating with Iran over its nuclear program.
I think they'll be successful, and if they're not, it's going to be a bad day for Iran. Very bad.
All coming weeks after the Iranian regime launched a brutal crackdown on protesters. The president has said Iran is trying to rebuild its nuclear capabilities months after American B-2 bombers destroyed Iranian nuclear sites. Two U.S. officials familiar with the decision to send the USS Gerald Ford to the Middle East tell NBC News the aircraft carrier will now leave the Caribbean, where it had been sent in October, ahead of that stunning raid to capture Venezuela's authoritarian leader, Nicolas Maduro. The president today heading to Fort Bragg with the First Lady, privately meeting with the special forces who arrested Maduro.
That night, the entire world saw what the full military might, the U.S. military is capable of. That was a unbelievable operation.
Gabe joins us live from the White House. And Gabe, in another headline tonight, the president is touting some positive news on the cost of living.
Yes, Tom, inflation just dropped to 2.4% year over year, down from 2.7% last month. That's close to a 5-year low, beating expectations. Among the biggest price drops, the cost of gas and used cars. Tom?
All right, Gabe, we thank you for that. In a major reversal, ICE tonight says 2 of its officers appear to have lied about a shooting in Minneapolis, where 1 man was shot in the leg. That new statement coming after a review of video evidence. Maggie Vespa has the latest.
The shooting by an ICE officer in Minneapolis last month sparked immediate protests. At the time, DHS said the officer fired in self-defense, hitting one suspect in the leg after they said he was attacked by multiple men.
What we saw was 3 individuals weaponize shovels and brooms and attack an ICE officer that had to defend himself.
But tonight, a stinging rebuke of 2 ICE officers from the acting director of the agency, who says they appear to have lied about the shooting of that Venezuelan man. Todd Lyons saying a joint review by ICE and the Department of Justice of video evidence has revealed that sworn testimony provided by 2 separate officers appears to have made untruthful statements. Adding the unnamed officers have been immediately placed on administrative leave pending the completion of a thorough internal investigation and may face termination of employment as well as potential criminal prosecution. Julio Cesar Sosa Solis, who was shot in the leg, and Alfredo Alejandro Alhorna had been charged with assaulting federal officers. Tonight, those charges have been dropped. Tonight, an attorney for Sosa Solis says he is cooperating with an investigation into the shooting and, quote, determined to seek justice against the officer. Tom.
All right, Maggie, thank you. And the showdown over ICE now set to lead to a shutdown of the Department of Homeland Security after Democrats say they won't fund that department unless ICE makes changes. Ryan Nobles joins us now live. And Ryan, the DHS shutdown starts tonight at midnight.
That's right, Tom. That's when the Department of Homeland Security runs out of money, and Democrats say they will not fund DHS without changes, including things like face masks. And so far, there's been very little progress on any talks. DHS, of course, is a sprawling department with more than 200,000 employees, and it impacts millions of Americans through agencies like FEMA, the Coast Guard, and TSA. Many of those employees will now be forced to work without pay or be furloughed during the shutdown. Meanwhile, ICE has already been fully funded through last summer's so-called Big Beautiful Bill. Congress is now on recess for at least a week, which means this shutdown will last a week or perhaps longer. Tom?
Ryan Nobles on Capitol Hill for us, and we're back in just 60 seconds with the deadly shooting of a beloved figure skating coach at a Starbucks